Venom is undeniably one of Spider-Man's most popular foes, and it's easy to understand why. This powerful black entity is beloved for being Spider-Man's dark mirror image, possessing all of his powers and knowledge of his identity. The relationship between the symbiote and Eddie Brock, each with their own distinct personalities, add depth to the character. Moreover, Venom's tendency towards violence is intriguing. But what's even more interesting is Venom's origin story. However, there are various interpretations of this origin story, and that's what we'll explore further today. So, let's begin. In the original Marvel 616 comic series, Venom's origins differ from the commonly known story ingrained in the public consciousness. Within Marvel 616, Spider-Man and various other superheroes found themselves transported to Beyonder's world to engage in the Secret War storyline, a vast Marvel crossover intended to drive merchandise sales. Among the significant development of this event was Peter Parker acquiring a new Spider-Man costume. His traditional red and blue attire was torn and replaced with a mysterious black suit. Upon the conclusion of the Secret Wars arc, Peter returned to Earth clad in this unique black attire. What's intriguing is that in Marvel 616 universe, the black suit did not influence Peter Parker's behavior. It did not render him more aggressive or violent. This particular aspect of the story was absent from the original portrayal of the black suit in Marvel 616. Instead, Peter appeared content in the initial issues of the black suit's introduction into the main Amazing Spider-Man series. He was simply relieved to be back home. However, the black suit did augment Peter's capabilities significantly. It possessed the ability to shapeshift into civilian clothing, facilitating Peter's transitions between Spider-Man and his civilian identity. Furthermore, the suit could produce its own organic webbing, eliminating the need for Peter to rely on his mechanical web shooters and greatly streamlining his superheroic endeavors. Peter Parker's encounter with the alien symbiote posed numerous challenges. Despite harboring suspicions about the extraterrestrial nature of the black substance, Peter's attention was consumed by his fractured relationship and the relentless threats he faced as Spider-Man. His focus on battling adversaries like the Rose, Kingpin, Hobgoblin, and the Puma left little room for an immediate investigation into the origins of the symbiote. Only after a series of tumultuous events, including revelations to Mary Jane and confrontations with foes, did Peter seek out Reed Richards for analysis. Richards confirmed the symbiote's alien nature and his propensity to bond with its host, prompting Peter to sever ties with the sinister garment. It's curious that Peter, despite his intuitive nature, never considered the symbiote's sentience until its true nature was revealed. The revelation that the symbiote was a sentient was marked a turning point for Peter, leading him to reject its influence despite the trust he had initially placed in it. However, the symbiote's relentless pursuit of Peter persisted, which ended in a harrowing struggle atop a bell tower where Peter finally rid himself of the symbiote using the tower's sonic vibrations. Unbeknownst to Peter, the symbiote found a new host in Eddie Brock, driven by a vendetta against Spider-Man. Eddie's transformation into Venom was fueled by his desire for revenge after Spider-Man's actions ruined his journalistic career, leading to a symbiotic alliance between man and alien, poised to wreak havoc on Peter's life as Spider-Man. It's an interesting twist. Spider-Man's inaugural encounter with Venom unfolded while he sported a fabric replica of his iconic black suit. The only tangible disparity between Venom and Spidey lay in Venom's slightly larger stature and menacing grin, accentuating the parallels between the two characters. The origin of Spider-Man's black suit traces back to 1982 when a fan named Randy Schueller submitted the design to Marvel. Marvel's then editor-in-chief, Jim Shooter, acquired the concept, and Randy collaborated with editor Tom DeFalco on a story. Initially conceived as a black and red armor crafted by Reed Richards for Spider-Man, the concept evolved into the symbiote suit, premiering in Secret Wars issue 8. Spider-Man donned the black suit for nearly 50 issues of The Amazing Spider-Man, spanning from his reintroduction in issue 252 to issue 300. Todd McFarlane played a pivotal role in transforming this erstwhile alternate Spider-Man costume into the formidable villain known as Venom.
If they get the black costume off him, I'll draw Spider-Man. But the editor-in-chief liked the costume, the black costume, so he went, we're going to have to put it on somebody else, or you're going to have to create a character. So I go, nah, don't worry about it. Give me the costume. I'll come up with a monster. We'll come up with a really cool thing. It'll be a great villain against Spider-Man.
An interesting tidbit is that Venom was initially conceptualized as a female character, but this idea was discarded in favor of bestowing the symbiote upon Eddie Brock, who harbored his own vendetta against Spider-Man. With Venom's burgeoning popularity, there arose a demand for him to star in his own comic book. However, Marvel was hesitant to dedicate a series to a character perceived as a total villain. Consequently, David Michelinie transformed Venom into the Lethal Protector, with a moral compass that forbade him from harming the innocent. Yet, perhaps the most recognized iteration of Venom's origin story emerged in Spider-Man the Animated Series during the 1990s. During that era, animated shows like Batman the Animated Series and Spider-Man the Animated Series wielded significant influence over public perception of character portrayals. For instance, Batman the Animated Series introduced Harley Quinn, who has since become an integral part of Batman's mythos and revolutionized the character of Mr. Freeze for subsequent generations. Similarly, Spider-Man the Animated Series presented its own take on the black-suited Spider-Man. In this rendition, the alien symbiote was inadvertently brought back to Earth by John Jameson aboard a crashing space shuttle. Spider-Man intervened and the symbiote bonded with him. Much like in the comics, the symbiote endowed Spider-Man with a myriad of new abilities. However, it was in this portrayal that we witnessed the emergence of a darker, corrupted Spider-Man. The symbiote exacerbated Peter's aggression, transforming him into a more violent incarnation who nearly crosses the line by almost killing Rhino during a confrontation with the Shocker. Spider-Man eventually discards the symbiote atop a bell tower, unintentionally passing it to Eddie Brock, whose life has been repeatedly disrupted by Spider-Man's actions, creating a formidable adversary. Eddie's knowledge of Peter's true identity and his immunity to Peter's spider sense give him a significant advantage. This version of the story, penned by Avi Arad, a film producer known for his collaborations with Sony Pictures, particularly influenced Spider-Man 3. The film drew more from the animated series than the original Marvel 616 comics. In this version, the black suit corrupts Peter Parker, leading to addiction and attempts to kill Uncle Ben's assailant. Tensions rise between Peter, Harry, and MJ due to the suit's influence. Once again, atop a bell tower, Peter discards the suit, passing it to Eddie Brock, who lost his career after Peter exposed his photo forgery. Peter seeks help from Dr. Connors to remove the symbiote, and the black suit's debut shot mirrors that of Spider-Man the Animated Series. Looking back, Ultimate Spider-Man, a modernized take on the Marvel Comics continuity in the early 2000s, offers further insights into Spider-Man's legacy. The Ultimate Comics series had a strong tendency towards linking events to Peter's past and lineage, and Venom is no exception. In this rendition, the Venom symbiote was developed by Richard Parker and Eddie Brock Sr., initially intended as a cancer cure. However, Richard Parker's cancer research was halted, prompting Peter to take up the mantle and further develop the cure. This decision led to Peter acquiring the black suit, which augmented his strength and agility. While the comics don't delve deeply into the suit's capabilities or its status as a living organism, it becomes evident that it amplifies Peter's aggression and begins to exert control over him, particularly when he nearly strangles a criminal whom he mistakenly believes to be Uncle Ben's killer. This incident triggers Peter's transformation into the Venom monster. Discovering Peter's actions with his father's inheritance, Eddie takes matters into his own hands, bonding with the symbiote and transforming into a monstrous version of Venom. This portrayal reflects a thematic link between Spider-Man and Venom through inheritance, although Venom's design in this iteration is notably more monstrous and less reminiscent of Spider-Man. Additionally, Venom's abilities differ, as he primarily utilizes symbiotic tendrils rather than spinning webs from his wrist, emphasizing his more bestial nature. This iteration of Venom took center stage in the Ultimate Spider-Man video game, offering players the opportunity to control both Spider-Man and Venom. Fast forward 2 decades and Venom received his inaugural solo movie featuring Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock. With Spider-Man integrated into the MCU under Marvel Studios, Sony opted to develop their own Venom franchise running parallel to the MCU Spider-Man films. However, due to this separation, Spider-Man wasn't able to appear in Venom's solo debut, necessitating a new origin story for the character. In this version, Carlton Drake, operating under the Life Foundation, discovers a comet teeming with symbiotic life forms, aiming to utilize them to advance human evolution. While investigating as a reporter, Eddie Brock becomes entwined with the symbiote, transforming into Venom. Drawing inspiration from the Lethal Protector comic run, Venom is portrayed as more of an anti-hero, committed to justice but willing to employ brutal methods. The film attempts to balance violence with family-friendly elements, though this juxtaposition isn't always seamless. In 2018, the Spider-Man PS4 game expanded the Spider-Man universe, offering insights into potential origins for Venom. While Venom didn't make an appearance in the game, it hinted at a possible origin story involving Norman Osborn's attempt to use the symbiote to cure Harry Osborn's illness. Additionally, a teaser trailer for Marvel's Spider-Man 2 provided a glimpse of Venom voiced by Tony Todd, indicating exciting developments in store for the character. With Venom-centric narratives unfolding across different dimensions, the prospect of a showdown between Spider-Man and Venom in the MCU seems increasingly likely. Venom's history is undeniably captivating, with Spider-Man 3 offering a compelling portrayal of Venom as a dark reflection of Spider-Man. Over the years, Venom has evolved into a complex character, spawning a universe of its own, including other symbiotes like Carnage. Venom's journey through various media formats has showcased the character's versatility and enduring appeal. Whether in comics, movies, video games, or animated series, Venom continues to captivate audiences with his complex persona and morally ambiguous nature. From his inception as a villain to his evolution into an anti-hero, Venom's narrative arcs reflects the ever-changing landscape of comic book storytelling. Each iteration of Venom offers unique insights into the character's psyche and motivations, enriching the overall tapestry of Spider-Man's universe. As Venom's popularity grows, so too does anticipation for future adaptations and storylines, particularly within the expansive multiverse of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
Who are you? We are Venom.
Until next time, have a fantastic day.